Hi Aquarius, this is Leigh from Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. This is your bonus for this week. I'm sorry I didn't give you one for last week. I'll try to see what I can do to make up for that and give you more than one, but I don't want to overwhelm you with a whole lot of readings, but I'm gonna try to make it a regular thing to read for you and Sagittarius twice a week, okay? All right, so we are gonna do something different today. This will be a love reading, but we're going to look at it from a law of attraction standpoint, okay? So we're going to start with these Soul's Journey Lessons cards because we have not looked at these in a while. And you know I love these. So we're going to see what Spirit wants to tell you as far as guidance. And then we'll do a spread with my law of attraction cards and we're going to clarify, okay? All right, so here we go. This is for Aquarius Spirit. It is a timeless bonus reading regarding love. This is for Aquarius Spirit. It is a timeless bonus reading regarding love. Okay. All right. So we got two cards here. Let's talk about them. Okay. We have envy and we have loneliness. All right. First one. Let's talk about envy first. Okay. Envy says, I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Okay. With this card, what I feel like Spirit is saying is that you may be in this situation with this, spiritual awakening you're going through, trying to, clear up things so that you can have the love life and the type of life that you want to have. And you may be seeing other people that are in situations that you wish that you were in. Okay. So you have to look at it from a positive standpoint. Remember, I always tell you, you have to find the beauty in everything. You have to accept what is. You have to accept the fact that right now there are some things you need to go through in order for you to get to where it is you're trying to go. But where you're headed, if you're able to get there, Aquarius, and I really honestly feel like you can do this, all right? I don't feel like talking to you, I'm wasting my breath. I feel like you honestly can get here. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you, channeling these messages for you, okay? But you got to stick to your guns. You have to persist. You have to keep going. And you have to put yourself first. Okay. So with this envy card, you got to understand that, everybody's life is laid out differently. And I know at times you ask yourself, why is this happening to me? I don't understand why I have all this stuff I'm going through, all this stuff. But you got to understand people who are exceptional or have exceptional lives, they go through a lot of stuff. If you ask somebody that, has been very successful, they'll sit and tell you all the obstacles and the stumbling blocks and all the things that they had to go through to get where it is that they wanted to get. But the difference between them and this situation is that they persisted. They didn't give up. And so you can't give up either. And you got to stop looking at other people, Aquarius, and thinking that they're, in better shoes than you, because you don't know. You could persist and get what it is that you want, and then their shit could start to fall apart. You don't know. But I'm not wishing anything bad on anyone else, but I'm trying to get you to see something. What is for you, if you persist, you're going to get it, is what I feel like Spirit is saying. And envy doesn't do anything but take away from your experience, take away from the things that you're trying to do, and take away from the spiritual awakening that you're going through. So you don't want to do that. You are working on trying to be your best self so you can have your best life, because that is what this requires. For you to have your best life, you have to be your best self, okay? All right. Hold on. 1 second. Okay, so now we're going to look at the second card. The second card is loneliness. It says, I know that I am never alone. All right? So you have to look at this. You may be feeling lonely because, like I said, it may be a situation for some of you. There may be some codependency, going on. And I don't mean that as in you're a bad person or so on and so forth, but things have happened to us in this lifetime. And you get traumatized. You look for certain things and so on and so forth. And I understand loneliness because I've experienced a lot of it in my life. But you have to understand that this is first and foremost about you cultivating a relationship with yourself, okay? The more you plug into yourself and focus on you, the less you will feel lonely. And then you have to understand you have angels, you have your guides, you have your higher self, and they are always with you. And if you need help at any time, you have to give them permission, because they're not going to just intervene in your life unless you let them know that you need help. So if you're feeling lonely and, you know, you need, you know, a force in your life, don't be afraid to ask your guides, or ask your, you know, your angels, or to ask your higher self to help you. Or if you're feeling lonely, when it comes because of a lack of a relationship, find your friends, go towards your friends and let them know. Like, schedule something with your friends where you hang out with them once a week or a couple of times a month or something like that. Set up things in your life so that you don't get to this point, because I'm telling you, loneliness is coming from a place of fear. And I can tell you by the way I've looked at patterns in my life, that when I come from a place of loneliness, that's where I've made all of my mistakes. So you want to, you know, try to stay out of this as much as possible. Okay? Because like I said, there's a difference between loneliness and being alone. Because the loneliness is like saying, oh, I'm alone. I don't have anybody to help me. It's just me by myself. It's just me against the world. And that's not what it is. You have people. Like I said, Spirit is talking to you through me to let you know that you're not alone. Okay? You have people, you have support, even if it's just on the other side. You do have that. And like I said, go towards your friends. Look for your friends, you know, to help you when you get to the point where you just want to have, you know, somebody else to, I don't know, to as a sounding board, or to hang out with, or to just spend a little time with. But like I said, don't let the fact that I'm telling you, you need to build a relationship with yourself, don't let that stop you from reaching out to your friends. But what I'm telling you is, when it comes to this connection and to this relationship, don't look for that person to fill you up. Okay? One person cannot be your, you know, be all and end all. They can't. One person cannot fulfill another person's needs, all their needs. And then you have to realize, think about if somebody was looking to you to fulfill all your needs. I mean, all their needs. Imagine how intimidating that would be, or how much pressure you would feel like you're under. Okay? So that's why you don't want to put that on someone else. You can want things from other people, but that's why you have more than one person in your life. And so that you don't focus on one person and put a burden on that one person to fulfill your things. You have to learn how to fill yourself up first. And like I said, as you know, need to spend time with other people, there's nothing wrong with that. Just don't let it go overboard. You have to keep balance. It's all about balance, moderation. Okay? So you shouldn't be 24/7 by yourself, and you shouldn't be 24/7 with someone else. Okay? All right, here we go. Now we're gonna pull the surrender cards. Okay, I'm pulling my favorites today, the things that I really like, that I feel like, because when I read for myself, these cards really help me. They help me to look at things that I need to see. Okay? All right, so what does Aquarius need to surrender, Spirit? Okay, you got two cards. They popped out right off the bat. Okay, look, here it is. It's tying in with this loneliness card. It says, surrender to receiving support and love. Allow the love and support of others in, rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. Okay? So when I tell you you're supposed to be building a relationship with yourself, I'm not telling you to cut. When I say pull back and focus on yourself, I'm not talking about from everybody in your life. I'm not telling you that. So if you got that from what I was saying, you know, that's not what I meant. What I meant was pull back from that person, because we are taught in this society that when you get a significant other, that person is supposed to, you know, fulfill all your needs, or fill all, you know, all the voids that you have. And that's just not healthy. That's too much, too much pressure to put on anybody. They say the most you can get out of a person in a connection is like 80%. Okay, because they got their own needs, they got their own things that they have to deal with as well. And like I said, you want someone to be with someone, and that person to be with you of their own volition and of your own volition. You don't want it to be because, oh, well, they, I need this person to take care of me. If you know, they're not there to do this, I don't know what I'm going to do. No, you should never be in that situation like that. It should be an issue where you feel whole within yourself, and then you choose to share your wholeness with other people. Okay? All right. So like I said, I feel like that ties in with this loneliness card. Then we've got surrender procrastination. It says, now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. Okay, for some of you, this could represent the spiritual awakening that you're going through. Like I said, you have to understand this, Aquarius. Time is going to pass. These days are passing by, and they're passing by quickly. Because look, we're already in November. We're already almost through, completely through the first week of November. And it seemed like I said, I tell you all the time, it seemed like yesterday it was January to me. And so it's about to be 2022. And so if you don't want your life to continue down the path it has been going, you have to interrupt the pattern. Okay, so you got to look at yourself, look at the things that you need to work on and fix, and you have to continue to do that. And I tell you this again and again because I don't want you to be swayed from where you're going. I don't want you to give up. I want you to persist so you can have what it is that you want, because this is a lifetime where you're supposed to be able, all your desires, you're supposed to be able to fulfill all your desires. But because of the things that have happened in the past, you know, you have resistance. So you have to clear that resistance out if you're wanting to manifest, you know, the things that you really want to manifest. So if you're procrastinating about this spiritual awakening, that's what Spirit is trying to tell you with this card. Or if there's something that you know you need to get a jump on in your life, it doesn't have to do with it. It doesn't have to do with this. But I feel like for a lot of you it does, because this is, you know, a love reading. Spirit is telling you to jump on it. Don't let it, because the time is going to pass anyway. So you might as well, put your best foot forward every day to try to get to where it is you want to go. Because this is not something that you need to be trying to, move mountains in one day, because Rome wasn't built, in a day. The world wasn't built in a day. It took God 7 days or 6 days to do it. So being that we're, pieces of God, we need some days too. It's not going to just be, an overnight thing. So don't get swayed. Don't let one bad day or you falling off the wagon or anything like that, don't let that sway you from what you're trying to do. Okay? All right. So let's go to, we're going to do these Island Time Wellness cards, and we're going to do a Celtic spread and see what Spirit wants to tell you. Okay? All right. So what is the situation for Aquarius, Spirit? Okay, I'm going to turn them over first. Okay, what is crossing? Okay, the reason why this is happening. Okay, the past, please. What's happening currently? Okay, where are you headed? Okay. Where you find yourself? Let's see you. Hopes and fears. Okay, and outcome. Okay, here we go. All right, so your overall energy is, it's manifested. So this is saying your new desired reality is already present in your life. This is about you getting into vibrational alignment. And so I feel like with this card, what Spirit is telling you, because they, when they say ask and it is given, they talk about this in the Bible all the time. God is saying, if you pray for something, just assume it's been done, because it already has. And the reason why is because when you ask for something, we have, an infinite amount of possibilities of things that could happen. And so they already exist. So it's like you've tapped into the one that you want. And it only has to do with you getting in vibrational alignment to bring that to you, okay? So then we've got creating reality. So you're trying to create your own reality, and Spirit is saying, you know, you can live your best life by design and have amazing experiences, but you got to get rid of this resistance. You have to get rid of what is blocking you from being able to manifest, okay? All right. Let me clarify. Okay, it's manifested, Spirit. Hold on. Okay, so I feel like with this, the reason why this narcissism card is coming up is because, you know, you've had a lot of situations in your life in the past where there has been manipulation, control. There may have been infidelity, people who disregard your boundaries and step all on you, and, you know, who are very selfish. Okay. But like I said, a lot of this has to do, all of it has to do with your core beliefs. I'm not saying you're consciously choosing these types of people, but the things that you think on a subconscious level is what is manifesting. Okay. All right. Okay. So when it comes to what is currently the situation, we've got love where you are and nature's timing. Okay. So this to me is like divine timing. Okay. So Spirit is telling you what I always tell you, love where you are, okay? You can't get to where it is you're trying to go by hating the present moment. You have to go with the flow and be okay with what is happening, because that is what's going to propel you to go in the direction that you want to go in, okay? So you have to see the beauty in everything, all right? Then we've got nature's timing. It says things need to occur in the proper order, and when the time is right, don't try to control the situation. So, like I said, this is like this deck's version of the divine timing card. So Spirit is pretty much just telling you, just love where you are, just go with the flow, and know that, you know, everything's going to happen when it's time for it to happen. Okay. All right, let's clarify. Okay, so we've got trust issues and Mr. or Ms. Fix-It. All right. If you want to be in a connection with somebody, or you want to be in any type of good relationship with anybody, like I said, whether it's family, you know, platonic, you know, a romantic relationship, you can't go at it by trying to fix other people. You just have to fix yourself. And once you fix yourself and fix the things that you need to fix, and by that I mean the core beliefs. I'm not saying that you're broken. I'm saying that you need to adjust your core beliefs. Once you do that, then you're going to be able to attract the type of people you need to attract, and you won't be sitting in these trust issues. You have to, Spirit is telling you to ascertain if these trust issues are justified or unjustified, okay? Because if you don't feel safe in a connection, you're not going to operate from a place of safety, all right? Then we've got what is crossing you, which is paradigm shift, okay? So this is what we're working for. This is the shift in those core beliefs so that you can start to manifest what it is that you want, okay? So that you can align to it and bring it in, because it's already there is what Spirit is telling you, okay? So this is about change, you know, progression, the growth that you're going through with this spiritual awakening, okay? Paradigm shift. Okay, so for some of you, this paradigm shift is about you ending, or, you know, getting over your abandonment issues, okay? Because you may have a fear of abandonment and it's affecting your relationships, okay? And that may be why you've gotten ghosted and things like that. Because if you have thoughts like, you know, everything I love leaves me, you know, no one, you know, treats me right, or I don't feel good enough, I don't feel worthy enough, you know, there's always a problem. If you're thinking things like that in your mind, it's gonna show up in your relationships, whether you want them to or not, okay? And like I said, a lot of it may not be conscious, okay? All right, so when we go to the reason why this is happening, we have negativity and past programming. So the negative thoughts that you carry in your subconscious mind lead to distorted views and wounding, okay? So it can talk about, you know, some examples of negativity are complaining, negative self-talk, the things I just told you, you know. Why is this happening? Why does everybody leave me? Why does everybody treat me like this? Why are all my relationships one-sided? That type of thing. So it will also lead you to self-sabotage things as well. Because if you believe that someone's going to leave you, everybody always leaves. That could trigger you to leave the person first, or trigger you to do something that in turn will make that person leave, because it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, okay? Then we've got past programming. Spirit is saying to choose your beliefs, okay? Recognize where your stories are false. Anything that's not, where you're not seeing yourself in a positive light, that's something that needs to be changed. Because if you see yourself in a negative light, let me tell you this is what I always used to do. I always used to look at my relationships from the other person's viewpoint and think about what they must think of me from their point of view. And I realized that was like one of the craziest things I could ever do. Because when you do that, number one, you making up stuff because you don't really know what the person is thinking. You giving them, you giving your own idea what you think it is. And 9 times out of 10, it's not going to necessarily be something something positive. And then you are giving your power away to that person, saying that if you don't think I'm great, then I'm not, then I'm not going to think I'm great. And what kind of crap is that, So let's clarify. So yeah, this causes you, because, okay, the negativity and past programming, Spirit is saying, is causing you to have a fake profile. So this is about a lack of authenticity. If you don't feel safe in a connection, right? And you operate from a place of negativity, then of course, you're not going to be your authentic self if you don't feel safe. And so that's what this is all about. You becoming who you really are so that you attract people who see you as you really are, and you attract people who are authentic within themselves as well. Okay? All right. So when it comes to the past, we've got visualization. So this card is saying, see yourself as achieving the highest possible outcome. Okay? And experience feeling in detail. So this is just about you needing to see it, and to, whatever technique will put you in that feeling state of you being able to bring what it is that you want in. That's what it's about. But you have to deal with these core beliefs first, because if you got a lot of static and a lot of negativity and a lot of stuff in the way of that resistance, you can visualize all day long and you won't be able to bring it in, because you have to believe 100%. And in order for you to do that, it requires you to get rid of, all of this resistance that you have. Because if you've been trying to manifest something, Aquarius, and it hasn't come through, it's because you got some beliefs you have to deal with. It's because of limiting beliefs. All right. Okay. Let's clarify. So we've got Splitsville. So I feel like this could represent what happened with your person, leaving quickly, decisively. The relationship is devolving or ending, not keeping in touch. All right. So I feel like with these two cards together, Spirit could have been saying that things went wrong with you and this person because, the core beliefs weren't taken care of, and you were in an energy of, people always leave me, or anything I love, never stays, or it walks away, or whatever. And that may be what contributed to you and this person having that false start. Okay. All right. So when it comes to what's currently going on, we've got ultimate love. So Spirit is saying you need to learn how to forgive others and forgive yourself, to release the past, to send love and light, and to change your inner and out, change your inner self in order to change your outer self. Okay, so this is what we talk about. So you have to first forgive yourself and know that you're doing the best that you can. Okay, I know, we talk all the time about, being the best we can be and doing the things that, the best that we can do. But as I tell you too, Spirit just wants you to do the best that you can when it comes to this situation, because you can only do that one step, put your best foot forward every day, put one brick up to build that wall. Okay. So with this ultimate love, that is what we're trying to do. We're trying to get you to a space to where you're so saturated with self-love that nobody can come in and do any of these things that have happened to you before, where you don't get abandoned, where there isn't Splitsville going on, where you're able to have the things that you want, not only in your love life, but in all the other areas, okay? All right, so let's clarify ultimate love. Okay, so one of the ways that will help you with this ultimate love is meditation. One of the things that will help you. So Spirit is saying to meditate daily and follow your intuition. Okay, find your inner peace and balance. Meditation will help you with the balance as well. Okay, when you feel out of sorts, if things aren't going right in your life, that's one of the techniques you can use to kind of level yourself out if you're not having a good day. Okay, or if you start your day with it, it will provide you, you know, help to keep you on a level path throughout the day where, you know, things that would normally irritate you, once you start to meditate, you know, the things will bother you less and less and less if you keep up the meditation practice. Then we've got personality traits. So Spirit is saying, if you want someone funny with a great personality who's compatible, you know, and the two of you, you know, resonate and you have a connection, you're going to have to become these things yourself, is what Spirit is trying to tell you. So with the ultimate love, if you focus on, you know, loving yourself and stuff like that, like I tell you, when you make that list of the things that you want that other person to be, you have to make sure you're emitting those qualities as well. All right. Okay. So when it comes to where you're headed, look, growing success. It says abundance, generosity, being excited, staying on the path, improvement, and manifesting manifesting affluence. So with this growing success card, Spirit is telling you it's not going to just affect your love life. Your money's going to change. All your relationships all around are gonna start to fall into place. For those of you, you know, like I said, you've been trying to follow your life's path. You're going to be headed in that direction. And then when it comes to, you know, things with work, you'll see improvements everywhere, basically. All right. Growing success, Spirit. Okay, so we've got the cheater story. It says cheated on now or in the past, trust issues triggered, heal past hurts, and change your future. So I feel like the reason why this is coming up is because Spirit is saying this is something that needs to be concentrated on by some of you, okay? If you've had situations in the past where you've been cheated on, like I said, my heart goes out to you. You know, that's never a good situation to be in. But you have to look at what those core beliefs are. Okay, you have to look at the situation, what happened, and ask yourself, if, you know, I'm getting cheated on or I have been in the past, what is it that I'm thinking? What thoughts would I have to think or believe in order for this to play out? Because manifestation is working 24/7, whether it's you're manifesting things you want to manifest or you're manifesting things that you don't want to manifest. So with this cheater story, I feel like this is something that has to be put to bed, Spirit is saying, before you can have your growing success. Okay. All right. Let's see. So when it comes to where you'll find yourself, we have your own path. So this is talking about trailblazing. You're going to be a trailblazer. Trailblazing brings the greatest achievement. Your heart and mind, you know, is going to be aligned, and you'll be authentic. What we just talked about. You will have gotten rid of this negative programming and the past programming. Okay. And the negativity. All right, let's clarify your own path. All right. Okay, altered view. So once you begin to change things, like I said, you're headed towards growing success and you're headed towards your own path. So that's going to create an altered view, because that's how you're going to end up in these two situations, because you're going to see things differently. So it's like where you may have been wearing glasses that were dirty and fogged up and nasty because of all this negativity and the past programming, you've been looking at through those glasses. Once you get rid of these things, your glasses are going to be clean. So imagine the things you're going to be able to see that you didn't see before, and how you're going to be able to react in situations, because you're now coming from a place of positivity and higher vibration. Okay. All right. All right. So when it comes to your environment, we have heart, mind, union. So this is talking about a harmony of heart, okay, with mind, and faster manifestation, and you being at your highest vibration. So the heart-mind union, this is what I talk about when I tell you that you need to balance out both sides of your personality, the feminine, which is your heart, and the masculine, which is the mind. You have to balance out the logic and the emotion, okay? Because just like it's not good to be all logical, it's not good to be all emotional all the time either. You have to learn, like I said, with everything else, that, things need to be balanced when it comes to this as well, all right? Heart-mind union. Clarify. Okay, then we've got strategy. So Spirit is saying to, have a daily routine, implement a game plan to get you to this balance. Because like I said, you have to know, in order to get to where you're going, you have to have a plan, okay, or a map on how to get there. Like, you don't just get in the car and say, oh, I'm going here. And say you're going to California. You've never been to California. How you going to get there if you don't have a map, or you don't have GPS, or you don't have something to tell you how to get there? It's the same thing with this. Why would you assume that you're going to be able to get where you're going, especially in this uncharted territory? Because most people don't go through, most people that are going through a spiritual awakening have not gone through one before. So it's like you have to decide how you're going to get there, what tools and skills and abilities are going to help you to get to where you're trying to go and achieve what it is that you want to achieve, okay? All right. So when it comes to hopes and fears, we have beliefs come true. So your beliefs create your reality. Recognize and change your emotions. Reprogram your subconscious mind. So that's what this is about. So in order to get what it is you want, like I said, you have to change your beliefs, and you have to believe them 100%. You can't fight it, start to doubt and all this stuff. Like I said, you can have moments where you doubt what it is that you're trying to bring in, because it's brand new. This is not something that beliefs that you've been sitting with all of your life. But you have to understand that probably 90 or 95% of the beliefs that we all have been some, unless you've cleaned out your mind, 90 to 95% of the beliefs that you have are some things that you were taught throughout your life that came from somebody else's beliefs. And it may not even be something that you believe. So you have to start to examine the things that go through your mind and ask yourself, is this something that I resonate with? Okay? Or is this just something that I took in and I chose to believe without realizing or asking myself whether or not I wanted to have this belief, okay? So it's what you ultimately believe is what is going to come true. So that's why I tell you, it's the subconscious mind that manifests. It's not conscious. The only time your conscious mind manifests is when it's in alignment with the subconscious, okay? Okay, so let's clarify. Okay. And so we've got exclusive. So this is talking about, you've got to believe, if you want to have an exclusive relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, commitment, possible marriage, material or life partner, and someone who dates you and not other people, and you're not going through this cheater story, you have to believe that it's possible. You have to believe that you're worthy of that. You have to believe that it's something that you can achieve. Because if you don't believe it, it's never going to come, it's never going to come to fruition. Okay? All right. So, and then the outcome is observe. So Spirit talks about, this is about us staying in the present moment and only going back to the past when you're needing to take a look at something to find out your patterns or to heal it. But other than that, you need to be in the present moment and just observe, be an observer of your life and not a participant, not like caught in the story, like to where you're, because it's like what I tell you about, there's a saying about the wheel of fortune, that if you hang on the outside, if you ride the outside of the wheel or you ride the extreme inside of it, you're going to feel every jolt, every bump, every bruise that occurs. But if you ride in the middle, that way you stay in the middle, and then you don't have problems with like extremes, because that's what some people will do. Like me, I'm a person of extremes. So in the past, if I was on one end of the spectrum and something happened that I didn't like, and I tried to change it, instead of trying to come to the middle and have a balance between the two, I will go immediately to the other side. And so they both have their positives and negatives about it, but the best trajectory, the best place to be is in the middle, to have balance. So that's what Spirit is telling you. Be an observer of your life, but don't, like the Bible says, be in the world, be of the world, but not in it. I think it's, yeah, in it. Yeah, be of the world, but not in it. So observe it, but don't saturate yourself with it to the point to where it creates those swings and to where you latch on to things and like an outcome. You have to be as, you can be expectant, but you have to be have as light a grip as possible on what it is that you want. Okay? Like I said, if you could just completely not grab onto it at all and let whatever happens, that's the best place to be. But if you have to have a grip, let it be as light as possible. Don't, grab onto something and latch onto it, because that creates resistance and you won't get what it is that you want. Okay? All right. Okay. Why is observe here, please, Spirit? Then we've got missed opportunity. So this is saying regret from former relationship. Don't run if it feels right. Risk of loss. Communication is imperative. So with these two cards, I feel like what Spirit is saying, don't get caught up in what has happened between you and this person. Like I told you, if you want to start over with this person, you want a fresh new start, let it be a fresh new start. You have to forgive yourself, forgive that person, right? And start all over as if this was a brand new relationship. Okay? You can't be focusing on the fact that it was a missed opportunity. And if you're wanting to move on to someone new, you still have to forgive yourself and forgive this other person and let it completely go. Because if you don't do that, you're going to be dragging that person into your new connection. Okay? All right. Let's give you a Romance Angel Oracle card before we go. Okay, we've got chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here, which we always know. And then heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So, be honest. Like I said, when you have a chance, be honest. Your person needs to come forward and be honest with you when the time is right, because you have to both be able to sit in that energy where you can trust yourselves and trust each other. But it starts with you trusting yourself, Aquarius, okay? Hi, Aquarius. So I forgot to pull your message from your person during the reading, so I'm going to give it to you now. I just pulled it off camera. So it says, you are truly my wish come true. Okay? That's the message from your person for this reading. All right. So I wish you the best of luck. There's not going to be an extended to this reading. I'd like to thank you all for the thumbs up, and please have a good weekend. All right? And we out.